Good morning, Miss Fatin.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss, can I tell you something, please?
Good morning.
Please.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Yes, I watched this on TikTok about the ants battling like something.
Battles of
Look what
ants.
happened. There was like ants or worker ants are battling like something.
One of the
Someone ant
worker
colony
ants'
has 3
job
queens
is to
and
defend the colony.
yes, and they reach the baby ants and the queens, the 3 queens, to safety.
Yes, they keep the
A
colony
little
safe
bit of
and
ants
they
like
defend
got
the colony. That's right. So look, dear ones.
yeah,
Today we will explain a new
some
lesson. I
worker
will talk
ants
about
died,
another
but they
type of
killed it.
social insect. Tomorrow we
Good
will
morning, Miss
talk
Fatin.
Hi, Salma. Okay, I will
Sure,
count till 5. At 5, please mute yourselves.
Miss?
1, 2. Yes, what's your question, Ali Basma? 3.
Do you know the tick? It's an insect. A mosquito, but it don't fly.
It's called a tick?
The tick.
Yes.
Yes, you can see it on.
Great. So you know
A tick
now
is like
examples of insects. That's great. So let's start from here. Please mute when I call your name. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, dear.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, Zahra. So we're still talking about insects. Insects are invertebrates, and there are too many types of insects. Butterflies, bees, beetles, dragonflies, flies are examples of insects. I will unmute all of you.
Miss,
If it is noisy
yesterday I saw a
your
bee.
side, don't talk without raising your hand. Please, if it's noisy your side, do not unmute yourself. If it's not, you can unmute yourself. We will revise this together.
Yes, ma'am.
We will review this together. If it's noisy your side, Mia, Mahdi, please connect your audio so you can talk to us. And the others, we are making a quick revision about insects before we start the lesson.
Yeah.
Do not send me anything in the chat. I cannot check it while sharing the screen. Yalla, let's go. The body of insects is divided into 3 parts. What are these
3
parts?
Head, thorax, and abdomen.
Head, thorax, and abdomen. Excellent. The insect's body is divided into 3 parts: the head, the thorax, and abdomen. How many legs do insects have?
6.
6.
Some of
Okay.
them have 4. Some of them have 4.
No. Insects have 6 legs. If an invertebrate has less than 6 legs or more than 6 legs, this means that this is not an insect. Okay? Insects have 6 legs connected to their thorax. What do they have on their head? Antenna. They have antenna on their head. What do they use their antennae for?
For smelling food and smelling
Communicating, like talking to each
and finding food. Yes.
Okay, they use them for smelling and finding food.
I have a question.
They do
And
not all
talking,
communicate with each other,
communicate.
okay? Abbas, they do not all communicate with each other.
Communicate.
Ants use them to communicate with each other, but not all insects are social insects, okay?
Okay.
Which type of eyes do they have?
They have the whole
Which type of eyes do they have?
eyes.
Which type of eyes do they have?
Compound eyes.
They have compound
eyes.
Compound.
Okay. Insects are invertebrates, but what protects their bodies?
Exoskeleton.
They have an
Exoskeleton, yes.
outer
Exoskeleton.
covering. They have an outer covering called exoskeleton
The
that protects
exoskeleton.
them. And as you said, they have compound eyes. Okay, insects are invertebrates. Are they oviparous? Are they oviparous or viviparous?
Oviparous.
They are oviparous.
Oviparous.
And then they have 4 stages of life.
have
A larva comes out of the egg. The larva grows.
Egg, larva, pupa,
Larva,
adult. Egg, larva, pupa, adult.
Okay, so a larva comes out of the egg. The larva grows into a pupa, and then the pupa grows into an adult, and then adults lay eggs. Adults
هذه خلص.
lay eggs. Insects lay eggs on the plant, leaves. Most of the time, the adults leave the eggs till they hatch, and they do not care for their babies. We're not talking about social insects here. We're talking about most of the cases. Okay. As I said last time,
I have a question.
insects have an exoskeleton. This exoskeleton doesn't grow, so insects need to change it. They change their exoskeleton several times in their lifetime. We say that insects molt. That's what we call molting.
Like we do. We always change clothes every
When we
year.
grow, our clothes do not grow with us. And the exoskeleton
We have
doesn't
to.
grow with
We
the
have to
they
get
molt,
new clothes.
they shed their exoskeleton. Yes,
It
Yara,
would be
what's
nice
your
if
question?
تعالي أقلل بس كلمتي بقى 5.
The insect breathes by what?
تعالي قالت لي شيء.
Okay, Salma.
They breathe with their holes on their side.
Excellent job.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ali.
Body,
yes.
Thank you for answering Reb's question. So insects breathe
Their holes.
with hole found
On the sides of their
sides,
body.
on the sides of their body.
Miss, some ants bite.
Okay?
Teacher, is that
In Africa, one
Yeah,
ant bit me.
Yeah, Abbas.
I was like every time.
I cannot hear you, friends, ya Abbas. If you have anything, please raise your hand or tell me that you have a question. Yes, Yaref, what's your question?
teacher, do you know that ants don't lay their eggs on plants? They lay them on the ant hill.
That's right. That's right. I'm talking about of most of the cases. I'm not talking about social insects. Now we'll start talking about social insects. Yeah.
last week شو عمل بابا؟
And
Teacher,
again,
why did you unmute me?
participate. To participate.
Okay, so
If it's noisy your side, keep muted. Ants are insects. Since they have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen, ants have 6 legs connected to their thorax. They have 2 antennae on their heads. They have also compound eyes. So ants are insects. They also breathe via holes on their sides, and they have 2 stomachs, one for them to eat, and another one to bring food for the ant colony. Ants are social insects, but not all insects are social. Ants are called social insects because they live together. In an ant colony, there are how many types of ants? Yalla, help me with this.
3.
Zahra, Fadlallah,
Three.
Nawal,
The queen and the
worker.
but the worker ant is first.
Wait a second. Wait a second. What are the three types of
The queen, drone, and the workers.
queen, drone, and worker? Let's start talking about the queen. Is it a male or a female?
Female.
Female.
And female.
But its only job
Okay.
to
Does it
lay
have
eggs.
wings or no?
Lay eggs.
Have wings.
It
has wings.
Bravo, bravo. The
And so
queen
does
is
it
a
wings when it
female
gets
and
laid.
it has
With wings.
and
And,
its
and
job
lays eggs only.
lay
It's
eggs.
only job
Only
It's
is lay eggs.
That's right. It's the only one that lays eggs. The queen ant is
Sure,
the
but it looks
biggest.
like.
It
I
is
mean,
the
wings.
largest ant in the ant colony. This is an ant colony. I will write it for you. Ant colony. This is an ant colony. Ants live together in a community called ant colony. In an ant colony, there is one queen ant. Most of the time, there is one queen ant. This queen is a female ant. It has wings. It marries a male, a drone. After mating with a drone, it goes for a place to build its nest. It loses its wings and starts its life laying eggs. The only job of a queen is to lay eggs. What about the drones? Male or female?
The drone.
its only job is to
Male.
marry the
It's
queen.
a male.
The only job
Do drones have
is
wings?
to marry the queen, then die after a short time.
Do drones have wings?
Yes.
Yes, they
And
do.
the drone dies after a short time of mating the queen.
Bravo. Excellent job. Bravo, Tala, Mia. You're doing a great job. The drone is a male ant. Drones have wings, and their only job is to mate with a queen. After mating with a queen, they die in a short time. The last type of ant are the workers. Workers are so important since they keep the colony healthy and clean. They are
Everything.
Defend the colony.
And they don't have wings.
They don't have
Females.
wings.
And
They
no.
do
They care
not
for
lay
their
eggs.
babies.
They, Yala, what are different jobs of the workers? Shu Salma?
They
Rida.
defend the colony.
care of the
They take the
They take
babies
care of the babies. Defend the
and
colony.
gather food.
Gather food.
And they clean food.
Clean. Make new rooms. Bravo. Excellent job.
For
Workers.
the colony.
Make a new
Good job.
room.
Well done. Well done. So listen, worker ants are female ants. They are wingless. They do not lay eggs also. They have different jobs. They defend the colony. They clean the colony. They care for the eggs. They care for the queen. They care for the larva. They care for the pupa. They build the new rooms. They bring food. So all of these functions and jobs are done by workers.
Did you find that picture? That was bad.
It's okay. How
Did
do
you
ants
find that
communicate? How do ants communicate?
But by they have a stinker on their they have a stinker on their abdomen.
I'm talking about,
antennas.
excellent, bravo,
With their
Tala.
antennas.
And
Communicate
communicate
have a stinker.
touching,
their antenna.
touching their antenna, by touching their antenna. And what else?
And
What do they produce?
perfume.
What do we call these perfumes? These chemicals. Pheromones. They are called pheromones. What are they called? Pheromones. Pheromones. What do we call them? Pheromones. They release pheromones.
Pheromone.
Pheromones. I didn't hear you. What did you say? What do they
Pheromone.
Pheromone.
What do they release? What do they release? Pheromones. What do they call?
Pheromone.
Pheromones. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Now, I will count in 5. At 5, you should all be muted. I will start now talking about another type of social insects. 1, 3. Mute, mute, mute. رضا. 4. يا رضا. 4 and a half. يا رضا. Is رضا listening to me? He's not. Okay. Another type of social insects is bees. Bees also live together. So as I said, adult insects lay eggs on the plant's leaves. Then larvae hatch out of the eggs and they feed on the leaves and turn into pupa, then into adults. They do not live together. But ants and bees are considered as social insects. Bees and ants are social insects because we'll talk about, I will write it because we'll talk about it tomorrow. Do not forget. Ants and bees are social insects because they live together and they work together. They depend on each other. They do not live by themselves. They live in communities. Ants live in ant colonies. Bees live in beehives. In a beehive also, you will see 3 types of bees. The queen bee. The queen bee is the largest bee in a beehive. It is a female and its job is to lay eggs. Females have stingers on their tail. We'll talk about it in a few. So again, the queen bee is the largest bee in the beehive. It is a female and its job is to lay eggs. The drone bee. The drone bee is a male and it has no stinger. What's a stinger? The stinger is the pointed part found on the tail of bees, of some insects. This is the stinger right here. Drones are male and males do not have a stingers. Females do have a stinger on their tail. The only job of a drone is to mate with a queen. That's it. What about worker bees? Workers are female bees. They have different jobs, building the honeycomb, bringing food, caring for the beehive, caring for the young, for the queen, cleaning the honeycomb. What's a honeycomb? Look at these. Each one of these is called a cell. The group of cell is the honeycomb. So all of these, bees use them to raise the larva. They use them to put the food. They use them to put the honey.
Miss?
So all of these are called cell. Yes, Tala.
Miss, can I tell you something?
Yes, Bella.
Miss, when the queen dies, I think the workers go get a larva and then they name it their majesty.
Are you telling me an information or you are asking?
No, it's an information.
Okay, so look dear. Sometimes, as I said, for the ants colony, most ants colonies and beehives have one queen. Usually when the queen dies, the whole colony or the hive dies also. They do not live for a long time after the queen's death. But for some species, the queen can be replaced by another one. Okay, but not all of them. It's according to the species and it's according to the case. Okay, dear. So sometimes, yes, the
King?
queen can be replaced by
There's a
another
king?
one. What?
There's a king?
Is there a king? Is this your question? There is no king.
The king is the drone.
There is no king. The drone will die.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
drone dies.
Yeah, but he will be a king for like a couple days.
If you want to. So
Goodbye,
again,
guys.
Bella, sometimes the queen, yes, can be replaced in the beehive, but most of the time this does not happen. This is a honeycomb. These are the cells where the queen lays its eggs, when they put food, when they raise their larvae and pupa, and that's it. What do workers also do? They visit plants to collect pollen and nectar, and then they turn nectar into honey. Okay?
Honey.
They make
Miss?
honey out of
In
the plant's nectar.
Oh, okay.
Miss,
Yes, ya Abbas.
in like a game I play in like Roblox, there's a game named Bee Form. I play it so I can like I collect nectar, then I put it in the bee.
Great. And
Like a
worker
fun game
bees.
about bees.
Yes.
It's called
Worker bees turn nectar into honey. So what do we know now about beehives? In a beehive, there is one queen, which is a female. It is the largest bee, and its job is to lay eggs. There are drones. Drones are the male bees. They have no stingers on their tail, and their job is to mate with a queen. The workers are the female bees that care for the beehive. They clean the cells. They are female. They are wingless. They don't send me anything in the chat. I cannot check it while sharing the screen. They have many functions to care for the young, to care for the queen, to clean the honeycomb, to collect nectar and pollen and turn them into honey. Bees are so important for us for different reasons. Bees make
I
honey.
like eating honey.
Honey is a healthy kind of food because it is high in vitamin E. It helps the body fix the tissues, and it helps in making new cells and the growth of new cells in the body. Honey also helps our wounds and cuts heal fast. So we say that honeybees are beneficial insects because they produce honey, and they also produce beeswax. So they make honey, they make beeswax.
What is bees?
Beeswax
Miss, I'm
is
following.
May
Give
I
me a
ask
a kind
second.
of
something?
wax made by bees, and it is used in making cosmetics, like making lipsticks, making creams. Also, it is used in making crayons, in making candles. So beeswax is also important to produce or to make different
Teacher,
things.
is
Don't
this
send me anything in the chat.
Miss? Teacher,
Please do not send me anything in the chat. I cannot check it while sharing the screen.
teacher.
I'm sorry, I don't
Miss,
hear
may I
you.
ask you something?
Yes, who is this?
Is that bees there?
Miss Almatiba.
Yalla Salma.
Well, when
I'm sorry, I
someone
don't
like tries to touch the beehive and they fall
Salma
it
Tiba
on
is
the
talking.
ground, does the
Please.
bees get mad?
Repeat Salma, please.
Like when people try to touch a beehive and drops it, what happens to the bees?
They will fight.
They will
The
attack.
workers will fight. Okay, but for example, beekeepers, sometimes they move or they try to. They have special ways to take the honeycomb just to collect the honey, and then I think they will move
Miss,
them
look.
to a new honeycomb. I'm not sure about this, but I think this was.
Miss, I have a really good information I got
Okay.
on YouTube.
Yes.
On right side.
what Rida Haider do.
Okay.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, look. Can you look?
Miss, is this Miss, can I tell you something
Yes,
about
I'm
bees
listening.
and information, I think? Okay, Miss, I saw on Bright Side, maybe it's true, that bees can only sting once, because if they sting someone, then their thing that stings will stay in the body, and then they can't be free if to get out without the thing, black thing.
Okay. So you're saying that when
It's
the
no
workers
idea.
move their,
That can be
they
only
will die?
sting once.
Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Bella, for this information. Yalla, let's continue.
Miss, look.
We're
Can you
almost
look?
done. Okay, we said that ants communicate. Ants communicate by touching their antennae and by releasing pheromones, but bees communicate by special dances. To communicate, bees dance. So bees communicate with each other using special dances to tell their friends that there is food right here, or to tell their friends that the hive is in danger, and so on. Okay, I before I forgot, bees are so important for plants. They pollinate. Do you remember pollination when we talked about parts of the plants? Bees
Yes.
pollinate.
Yes.
Bees are pollinators. They are so important for the plant. And that's it.
They take pollen.
The lesson is easy. In a beehive, there are 3 types of bees: the queen, the worker bee, and the drone. Each one of these types has its own job. The queen lays eggs. The workers collect food. They care for the larvae. They guard the hive. And the drones, they mate with the queen. Bees communicate by special dances. And that's it. We're done. Any questions about the lesson?
Teacher, is there in the quiz gonna be
I do, yeah, miss.
upload file?
Yes, Mia. Yes, Mia, for sure.
Miss,
Is there gonna be the comparing thing?
Yes, for sure. You will
Like
be comparing
listen, both
two animals. Yes, that's right.
Miss?
Yes?
Okay, one time.
Is there gonna be only one upload?
This question about the lesson. I got stung by
Yes,
by
Sally.
a
What's
wasp.
your
Miss, can I
question?
leave?
Okay, let me just remind you. I need to remind you. In the when you compare, when there is a Venn diagram and you need to compare 2 animals, please do not write things that we did not talk about in the class. Okay, don't write things.
Like we can say they have 6 legs,
One
they
time-
have 2 legs.
one time I
We can
got-
say like that.
One time
Right?
I got fish.
Okay, that's it. If you
Queen
have
bee
no
was
more
so
questions,
big.
please, if you have no more questions, guys, listen to me. If you have no more
Yes.
questions, I want you to go to the app and give the worksheet a try. The worksheet is about bees, about social
Miss,
insects.
do we leave?
Go and solve the
Do we
worksheet.
leave?
We're gonna solve it all together tomorrow.
I don't have
Miss. But you
Yes, I'm
miss.
gonna
I don't
solve
Use
it
the app.
today.
Use the app. If you
Miss.
have no more questions, you can
Can I
leave.
leave?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna solve it today.
I have a question.
Yes, Salma. Yes, Salma. What's your question?
Is this lecture about in the quiz? Is this lecture in the quiz?
Yes, yes. It's about the quiz is about bees for sure.
Bees only or with ants also?
Yay,
You're not
bees.
supposed to forget
Fun.
anything.
Max,
Bye bye, Miss.
Bye, miss.
can I ask you a question?
Wait a
Can I
second.
ask
Salma
you?
didn't finish yet.
Oh.
No, Sama leaves.
Okay.
Sama Abdullah.
Yes, Salma.
Do
workers have stingers?
Yes, they do. Females have stingers. Males do not.
Do bees die when they sting?
I think so. Yes.
I have a question.
Max, the
Yes, Red. What's
what
your
is the bee
question?
wax?
Teacher, do the bees take only some pollen for their bee? I don't know. They take some pollen for them and pollinate some of them for the plants.
Yes, they feed on nectar and they also collect nectar to make honey.
So what
Yes, Ali, what's your
Please.
question?
worksheet can I? What is a bee?
The beeswax is a wax made by the bees, and this wax is used by people to make lipsticks, to make crayons, to make candles, to make creams.
Oh, okay. Do I send you the worksheet when I finish it?
No need if you want to, but it's not a homework. We're gonna solve it anyway tomorrow together. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so bye-bye for now. Have a nice day.
Bye.